Dealing with unexpected movie machine behavior. AI isn't always predictable. It's probabilistic, which means if you give it the same input twice, sometimes it has a different output because it's not deterministic in nature and it's a probability distribution rather than it being a defined outcome. Sometimes this means that AI results don't match your intent. Maybe the character doesn't look how you envisioned, a shot's generated incorrectly, or sometimes a shot is just rejected outright. Luckily, you don't have to pay if a shot's rejected and isn't generated. But these things can happen. And part of working with AI is exploring and adjusting your story so that it can get around some of the issues that AI can have at times. So ultimately, results don't match your intent when there's missing or unclear character or scene descriptions. This is the most common issue we have. AI interprets details differently, so the details are there, but they just need to be mentioned differently. There's complex shots with too many elements, so it confuses the AI, or there's some system or model limitations, which we'll cover those. Ultimately, we're here to support you. I'm not expecting you to know how to troubleshoot all of this, although I'm going to give you the playbook of how to yourself, but reach out to us at hello@creatorwood.tv. What's really helpful is to share these four things: what you wanted, what your intended outcome was. So what were you trying to do? Was it a character you want to have blue hair but it has red hair? Cool. What happened instead? Okay, so again, got an example. You wanted to have blue hair. Instead, this character has red hair. So then what did you do? Like, we understand it has red hair. We understand you wanted to have blue hair, but what have you tried? Did you click edit, which I'll show you to do? And if you edited that character to try and generate a new version of it, what did you type in? That would be very helpful for us to know so that we can troubleshoot with you. Then screenshots or short screen recording is great just so that we can get in, or even just a link directly to the shot and scene you're struggling with so that we can dive in with you and not have as much back and forth so that we can ultimately resolve your issues faster. We're in testing right now. We're learning. We don't have an official refund policy because we incur a lot of AI costs. If you just generate 100 minutes of film that you're unhappy with, we'll be like, come on, 100 minutes of film, you want a refund on the whole thing. Why did you keep going? But if, you generate a few shots and you're like, this is way off, we're very happy to look into it, very happy to make amends. AI is always going to do some funky things, but we're very happy to help. So there's some current limitations to be aware of. This is as of right now when I'm recording in November of 2025. Camera angles, there's certain angles or complex shot perspectives that just may be difficult or inconsistent. We're working on this, but for right now, shot angles can be somewhat challenging at times. Photorealistic is not fully there yet. It's pretty good, but it feels a little AI. It's not photorealistic. It feels a little AI photorealistic. And we're working on changing that so it's like really feels authentically photorealistic. Voices, young children or baby voices may not match expectations. This is because of a lack of training data, which makes sense. If you do have a children or baby voice you want in your film, I recommend uploading that. So you could upload a voice of a baby or a young child. And I think that will get you much closer to what you want versus if you just tell the AI to make a baby voice, it's going to do a bad job. Also, sexual or extreme violence can cause generation issues. And we'll talk through how to maybe get around these and how these things work. But ultimately, Creatorwood, we don't really allow adult content to be monetized. So content that includes people showing genitalia or having very much like graphic sex on screen, graphic depictions of sex. But even putting that aside, sometimes less graphic depictions still run into issues. Knowing these limitations help you plan a project that's succeed in today's tech. You can work around these limitations, sometimes by just adjusting your story. Maybe it fades to black or is closed door. If it's a steamy scene, maybe it's an art or a film style that you choose for now, and then make a new film later and photorealistic. So ultimately, we maintain an updated blog with current limitations and workarounds at status.creatorwood.tv. Status.creatorwood.tv. We'll link it here. Unexpected also isn't always bad. Like sometimes AI can surprise you, but in a good way. I remember I was working with a creator once on a black and white film project. It's very good. But there was like random characters who were color in the middle of the black and white film. So it was a black and white film with, oh, this character is colorful. And it was actually pretty cool and would normally be very hard to pull off without AI. So it was like, oh, I didn't want this, but I like this. So that's really the fun part. So we are always very happy for you to contact our support team. But it's faster if you are able to quickly solve your own problem. And that's what we're here to teach you how to do. So before contacting us, because we're going to be looking through these things too and basically trying to figure out the same things with you, are your video prompts clear, specific, and aligned with what you want? Sometimes the video prompts just aren't exactly what you want them to be. They might have a wrong camera movement, they might be describing a character incorrectly, And most of the time, again, it works really well, but if you're seeing issues, that's a good place to look. Next is the character descriptions. Are they detailed and accurate to your vision? Sometimes specific things about a character matter, like where a scar is placed, being able to not just show that in the image, but also say that in the character description will lead the AI to following your instructions with much higher fidelity. Now, if everything checks out, please reach out to us. We really want to help. So if things are looking good, at least in principle, but not coming out good in practice, we're here for you. Some quick fixes are regenerate start or end frames. Sometimes if your start or end frames are inconsistent, you just need to give it another go. If you tell AI to do something 100 times, just like a human, it's going to make mistakes a few times. So asking it to do it again can sometimes be helpful. Now, I don't want you generating more than 2 or 3 start frames without making any changes. Past a certain point, especially once you get past 5 start frames, if you're still having issues, just reach out to us and we'll help. Sometimes reducing shot complexity helps. If you have 4 characters in an image or start frame, or let's say 2 objects, a setting, and 2 characters, it can be a lot for the model to take in. And you can see the start and end frames not be as consistent and the videos not be as consistent as a result. Sometimes just a different camera angle or simplifying the prompt can give you what you want, or switching to a different AI model for that shot, which we actually do automatically for you. Sometimes different routes can get you different options. So we do this a lot in the back end for you automatically with the switching different AI models. For character and style notes, adjust those director's notes, specifically the physical description of the character, to be more clear. You can do the same thing for settings and objects too. You can also just create a new character version rather than editing the original. Sometimes having the wardrobe be a different version, or hey, maybe you want an older and a younger version of the same character. These things can work well. You can download any image from Creatorwood and make it a reference image for another one. So maybe you have 2 twins. You want to make one twin the reference image for the other twin. You could also include images from outside of Creatorwood, pictures of yourself, pictures of friends that you have their permission, all of that. For audio issues, regenerating audio lines costs 1 coin per line. I would test different versions and voice styles. You can actually add emphasis into the actual dialogue. So if you want to have someone say something loudly, make it all caps, like all of it caps, like hello, all caps. And you might see the AI emphasize that and actually say it louder. And also what we're adding is the ability for you to voice act, where in the end, once you've generated your dialogue, if you don't like the intonation, you can then say, I would like you to talk this sentence like this, right? And the AI will mimic your intonation. Pretty cool. With all that said, let's move on to our next session, all about how to prepare your story for the movie machine.